Let's get into it. Greetings and welcome to the SwagHer Daily Brief produced by Arnya T.M. Davis. I'm your host, Fancy, and today I have recalibrated my teleprompter. I'm hoping it'll go slower. So, this is news for the women who know courage isn't always loud. Sometimes it's simply showing up, staying seated, and refusing to let fear steal your peace. Now for the news. Story number one: federal judge blocks attempt to eliminate grants for Black farmers. Yeah, I'm supposed to be ad-libbing. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration's attempt to dismantle grant programs that support Black farmers and other underserved agricultural communities. The ruling allows the programs to continue while the legal challenge moves through the courts. Advocates say the grants help address generations of discrimination that have made it more difficult for Black farmers to access land capital and federal resources. The decision is helping the decision is being viewed as an important victory for equity in agriculture while the broader case continues. Hold up, y'all. This ain't gonna work at all. I gotta do something different. At least go up a second speed. My thing is, which I know this is not part of the news, but like, cause I'm trying to, it's much better for me to read off the teleprompter, in my opinion, because I can make certain that I don't forget anything. It also helps me speak better, but at the same time, it goes so slow, and then I feel like I be so into reading that it's just like I have no emotion because I'm reading the screen, and I don't want people to feel that way when I'm watching. So I'm trying to find a suitable speed for it that'll also allow me to be able to ad lib and show emotions at the same time, if that makes sense. I don't know how familiar y'all are with going live, but yeah. But my thoughts on the matter is we don't often think about farming unless we're buying groceries, but ownership starts with land. If people have been locked out of opportunities for generations, correcting that isn't favoritism, it's accountability. This reminds us that progress sometimes happens quietly in courtrooms instead of the headlines, but it still matters to the family whose livelihood depends on these programs. So my question for you all is, what's one industry where you think equity still has a long way to go? Tell me in the comments. I would definitely have to say media, because there are people who like they own media companies, and um they inherited these companies. And that's who most of the real media moguls are, those that inherited these media companies years ago, and they don't look like us. So I feel like there is more equity needed within the media industry, in my opinion. Story number two: Sunny Hostin says viral metro photo reflects what many Americans feel. A viral 4th of July photograph showing a Black woman sitting alone on a Washington, D.C. metro train while surrounded by mass members of the white nationalist group Patriot Front sparked national conversation this week. On The View, Sonny Hostin called the image a defining image of modern America for Black Americans, saying it reflected the fear and discomfort many Black people experience when extremist groups publicly display hate. The conversation has generated both widespread support and criticism across social media. Have y'all saw the photo? My thoughts: what struck me wasn't panic, it was the composure. That woman didn't become the story because she said something. She became the story because she existed in that moment with incredible dignity. Sometimes resilience looks like continuing your commute while the world around you is trying to make you feel small. I hope she's doing okay, because Sunny describing that image as such is powerful. As a Black woman and mom, these are truly terrifying times, but we move through each day calm and collected because we can't let our fears consume us. And that's what I saw. Like, and that's what I saw, but also when Sunny made that connection, that's like those were the words that came to mind to me. So, but if you hadn't saw the photo, I don't remember where I saw it. Anya sent me this news. But it is, she did talk about it on The View. So if you can find that clip, then you can see the photo there. But I really do hope that woman is okay, because that just seems kind of, I just think about waking up every day. To me, we wake up every day to news that basically is telling us, hey, we don't want you here. We'd rather you, go elsewhere, or we eliminate you ourselves. Basically, that's how I see, or that's what I feel like I see the most within the news cycle, as I'm looking at the actions of people and this administration, and things along the lines of that. But those are my thoughts. My question for you all is, when you saw that photo, if you did, what was the first word that came to mind? Tell me in the comments. Also, before Jamel gets on to me about not doing this, if you enjoy these broadcasts, please make certain that you like them, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Story number 3. Essence Festival leaders say they're committed to keeping the festival in New Orleans. As the 2026 Essence Festival of Culture comes to a close, organizers say negotiations are continuing with the city of New Orleans on a new hosting agreement. The current contract has expired, but both city leaders and Essence executives expressed optimism about reaching a new deal. CEO Kirk McDonald said both sides must work together to ensure the festival's future, while attendees overwhelmingly voiced that New Orleans remains the only place they can imagine calling home for Essence Festival. Festival leaders also reported strong vendor sales and are already discussing improvements for next year. So that's a good thing. My thoughts are, this conversation reminds us that culture has economic value. Essence isn't just concerts, it's small businesses, hotels, restaurants, Black entrepreneurs, creators, media. It's one weekend that fuels an entire ecosystem. Hopefully, everyone involved recognizes just how much this event means, not only culturally, but economically too. And my question for you all is, could you ever imagine Essence Festival somewhere besides New Orleans? Why or why not? Tell me in the comments. My sources for today were The Hub, The View, Reuters, Fox 8 News, New Orleans. I'm sorry, Fox 8 New Orleans. Speaking of showing up, if you've ever wanted your business, your story, or your brand featured in SwagHer magazine, now is the time. July is our anniversary month, and for this week only, full page ads in our anniversary issue are just $100, and that includes your ad design. It's the perfect opportunity to introduce yourself to thousands of intentional Black businesswomen while celebrating another year of SwagHer. Visit swaggerpr.com to reserve your spot because the offer ends on Sunday. That's your SwagHer Daily Brief for Tuesday, July 7th. I'm Fancy. This brief was produced by Arnya T.M. Davis. Stay visible, stay intentional. Peace and blessings.